Vanakkam. Hello friends. In story time at Kadambavanam, we will continue with the story of Thirunavukarasar. Blessed by the Lord and given the name Thirunavukarasar, Navukarasar was rejoicing and praising the Lord with Tamil hymns in Tiruvadigai Veerattanam, while the Jain monks at Padaliputram came to know of all the developments and were both angry and scared. They were angry that Dharumasenar had betrayed them and gone back to the Saivite fold, and they were scared that if the king came to know of all the happenings, he might also convert to Saivism. So they hatched a plan and went straight to the king, and they said that Dharumasenar never had any stomach pain. His idea was to learn whatever there was to learn from us and go back to his sister and to the Saivite fold. So he ditched us and went off overnight. Believing their version of the story to be true, the king was enraged and asked what was to be done. The Jain monks told the king that Thirunavukarasar should be brought and tried in the king's court. The king at once sent his soldiers to Tiruvadigai Veerattanam along with his ministers, and while they were leaving said, "Porul kondu varadu enpal koduvarum." What this meant is, bring him to me, do not leave him off, suppose he gave you some money. Now this means that bribery had been prevalent even in those olden days. The soldiers reached Tiruvadigai Veerattanam and asked Navukarasar to accompany them to Padaliputra. Navukarasar initially refused. Then, not wanting to disobey the king's order, he put his faith in the Lord and sang, "Namarkum kudiyellom namane anjom." I am not even afraid of the god of death Yama. So saying, he went with the soldiers to Padaliputra. Upon reaching the king's court, the king asked the Jain monks the kind of punishment that was to be meted out to Navukarasar. The Jain monks requested the king to put Thirunavukarasar inside a Sunnambu Kalavai, that is a limestone kiln, and he was taken and put inside the kiln and the doors were closed. Now once inside the burning furnace, Navukarasar closed his eyes and chanted the Aindezhuthu mantra, that is Namachivaya, and sang, "Ma silvinayum malai madiyamum, ma silvinayum malai madiyamum, desu telralum Vingilave நீலும் மூசு வண்டரை பொய்கையும் போன்றதே ஈசன்யடை இணையடி நீழலே. He sang 11 stanzas on the Lord. Here, C.K. Subramanya Mudaliyar, who has written a very beautiful commentary for the Periya Puranam, describes how by the grace of the Lord, the boiling chalk sounded to his ears as the beautiful music from the veena, and how the heat of the furnace against his skin felt like a cool breeze from a beautiful garden, and how the smell of the limestone itself to his nose felt like the fragrance of flowers in the garden, and how the heat of it on his tongue was like the cool waters in a pond in the garden. Such is the beautiful imagery that Sekilar captures for us. And on the 7th day, when the king's soldiers came and opened the kiln, Thirunavukarasar emerged as he were a fresh lotus flower. The Jain monks and the king were shocked, but the Jain monks quickly recovered and told the king that Navukarasar used the various mantras that they had taught him to protect himself, and then told the king that they feed him poison. So accordingly, poison was brought and mixed with rice and given to Navukarasar. And here Sekiyar says, the benevolence of Lord Shiva, who saved the Devas from the poison that came before Amrit, the poison that Tirunavukarasar took in also turned to Amrit. And again the Jain monks were alarmed, and this time they told the king to bring his elephant and trample Navukarasar with it. So the king ordered that the royal elephant be brought out in the open, and Navukarasar was buried in the sand with his head alone sticking out. The royal elephant was a huge mammoth creature, black in color. It came thundering down the streets, throwing away the king's horses that were lining the streets. And as it came near Navukarasar, not in the least bit afraid of the impending fate, Navukarasar again sang out to his lord, Sunnaven Sandana Sandum Sodar Tingal Soojamaniyum Vanna Urivai Udayum Vadarum Pavada Niramum Annal Aran Muranerum Ahalamalaya Aravum Tinne Kedila Punalum Udayaroruvar Tamarnam Anjavadu Yadondrum Illai Anja Varuvadum Illai Anjavadu Yadondrum Illai Anja Varuvadum Illai. After he finished singing the Padiham, the royal elephant came down and bowed near Tirunavukarasar. The Mahuts atop the elephant were scared that the king might reprimand them, and they tried to make the elephant go back and trample Tirunavukarasar. But the elephant turned back on them and flung them off its back, and then went charging on the Jain monks who had surrounded the place. The king was feeling distressed and distraught, but again not learning his lesson, he asked the Jain monks what was to be done. Now the Jain monks asked the king to tie Tirunavukarasar to a huge stone and drop him in the deep seas. Accordingly, the soldiers tied Tirunavukarasar to a huge boulder and took him on a boat to the deep seas and dropped him. This time also, Navukarasar simply closed his eyes and sang the greatness of the 5-lettered mantra Namachivaya. Sotrunai Vediya Jodi Vanavan Potrunai Tirundadi Porunda Kai Toda Katrunai Potiyor Kadalil Paichinum Natrunayavad Namachivayave. And after he finished singing all the padihams, the stone turned into a float and brought him safely to the shores. Here again, Sekiyar beautifully describes how the actions of the human beings were the ropes that were used to bind Tirunavukarasar to the boulder that was equated to one's ego, and this is what caused a human being to be flung into the ocean of life and death again and again, and the only way to come out of it was to meditate on the Lord's lotus feet and his sacred mantra Namachivaya. And here Sekiyar also describes how the Lord of the oceans, Varuna Bhagavan, was blessed to be able to get hold of Navukarasar with his hands and bring him to the shores. Thus, Tirunavukarasar reached the shores of Tiruppadiripuliyur, which is part of today's Kadalur district, and we will continue with the happenings in his life in our next episode. Vanakkam.